Your day-to-day BYU sports play-by-play alongside Jason Shepard. I am Spencer Linton. Joining us now as we call a timeout on college football realignment to discuss some USA basketball, and probably some BYU basketball too, is former BYU great Eric Mika. Eric, welcome to Studio C in BYU Sports Nation.
Thank you. Good to be back. It's a little bit different look, but I understand that that'll change again.
Yeah,
soon
man.
here, right?
Yeah.
When's that supposed to be done?
Late August,
Yes,
we hope.
we're hoping
crossed.
by the football season, like debut it all, new
That'd be great.
season. That's
That'd be
the
cool.
hope, certainly. Yeah.
We hope.
So are you going to be running back there like Kenny and Charles on TNT, drawing
Like
up?
the race to the board.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to talk about
Wow.
it.
Okay, my bad.
We'll have to wait and see.
My fault.
Now, granted, it's not as spacious as, what is it, Studio J?
Studio J,
For
yes.
TNT.
Yes, that is correct.
But-
These guys
hey.
are just physically also large. They need more room.
We all aspire to be like that show, right?
Yeah, right.
It's the greatest sports show on television.
Good gig.
Eric, you've been a busy man.
Yeah.
In fact, just give us a brief rundown on your life the past couple of years. What have you been up to?
Well, I wasn't busy this last season because I actually got wrist surgery in December. I fell, this guy undercut me and I fell right on it, and so the main kind of stabilizing ligament snapped. But right at the same time, it was like 2 weeks after our son was born in France. We were playing in France just outside of Lyon. So I was kind of on like a paid paternity leave, which was great. Worked out awesome. Didn't go on any of the trips the rest of the year.
Oh, shoot, I've got this injury. Sorry, guys. And I get to spend time with my wife and my kid.
Really inconvenient timing. No, it was perfect. So we were in France this last year. The year before that, we were in Belgrade, Serbia. We were thinking about sticking around and making another run at the league, but we didn't know if there was going to be any NBA basketball at that point. You know, the last we had heard, it was maybe, you know, we were talking with Sacramento about going to camp and things like that, but they were saying it might be in March, you know, of 2021, and I couldn't wait around an entire year. I would have gone crazy. My body would have fallen apart, I'm sure. So we decided to head out, and that's where we've been the last 2 years, is Belgrade and then Lyon. And we've loved it. We've been on some good teams. Unfortunately, I had the injury, but yeah. And then a couple weeks ago, I was with Team USA for the World Cup qualifying games, which was awesome. I did the same thing in 2020, right after I was called up with the Kings. They sent me back down, so I was in the eligible pool of players to be called, and had a great experience. So they called me again, and it was really awesome.
So we'll get into more of the Team USA stuff in a second, but you mentioned your son.
Yep.
Your son, your wife, they're here off camera.
They
What's
are
it
here.
like being a dad?
It's awesome. You know, it's a lot of work, but we really love having him. It's funny because he's almost 9 months.
What's his name?
His name is Johannes. He was born in France, international baby, but he's got his American passport now and Social Security, so we're all set. But it's funny because we've had him for 9 months almost this week, and it just feels like we've had him our entire life. You know, you guys know you have kids, and we just don't even remember what life was like without him. You know, it's just busy, and everything's around his schedule, but we really loved it.
You changing a lot of diapers, by the way?
A lot of them. I couldn't at first.
Is he changing? Oh, that's okay.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Sorry, I've got this injury. I can't do anything.
One-handed was a little tough, and so she toughed it out for both of us, but I'm back to full daddy duty now. And
That injury's been convenient in a few ways.
a few ways, yes. Yeah.
Honey, I don't know, the wrist today, it's really
even now,
giving me some issues.
Yeah, it's still a little sore every now and then. At 6 in the morning when he wakes up, needs a bottle.
Yeah.
But she has me in line, so
Elite, Gabby.
I'm doing my job.
Yeah, for sure. Eric Mika is with us on BYU Sports Nation. Again, we're excited to discuss the Team USA stuff, but I think every BYU fan wants to know, well, what's now for you in your professional career? What's next?
Yeah, I want to know that too. I don't know. We just had a 1-year contract with the French team because I think the last 2 years in the back of our mind was always to come back and give it another shot, because that year in Sacramento was so great and I was finally healthy. That was the only season I've been healthy for the whole year of my 5 years pro now.
Really?
Yeah, where I was healthy for the whole
crazy.
season. I've had a surgery or a broken bone every, the other 4. So that's been kind of a bummer. It's been hard, but just being healthy, being back home, and having the opportunity to be called up like I was really awesome. And then COVID shut it down, like it shut down everybody else's life. So kind of the last 2 years, we've gone to Europe and been in great spots, had a fun time, but it's been in the back of our mind to come back. And so now we're just weighing our options, waiting to see what the best situation is, because, I mean, the G League is great. Going to camp with teams are great. You know, there are good options, but it's really about finding the perfect fit and timing. You know, just being in the right place at the right time is how you stick.
Sure.
You know? And so we're trying to navigate that and figure out what that is for us.
Well, and this time of year, this is the time, because the draft is done. You have the summer leagues going on, so you have all the scouts, whether they're international, whatever it is, they're all in Vegas kind of watching everything that's happening. This is kind of the time to pounce, right?
Yeah. So I'm actually going to Vegas tomorrow just for a day. My agent is there. My trainer is there. I have a bunch of buddies playing in summer league. I maybe would have played if it wasn't for Team USA. It just would have been a lot to be doing 2 training camps and packing that all in. So I'm going to go down. We're going to see what happens. We are talking to different teams about, you know, going to camp or you know, eventually being with their G League team, whatever it is. I don't care what team it is, where it is. I just want a good fit where I can play and you know, do my thing, play my game, be me, and I know that I'll go back up. It's just, like I said, right time, right place, and that's what we're trying to find.
Do you feel like you're an NBA player right now?
I do. You know, when I was with Sacramento, you know, the summer I did mini camps, I did training camp for summer league, I did summer league. I was there early for about 3 weeks playing pickup every day with them before even training camp started. And then, you know, obviously with the G League experience and then getting called up, I felt like I belonged there. You know, I was physically, you know, just as strong, if not stronger than everybody there. And, you know, after my experience in Europe, those 2 years, I felt like I was at the right level and unique enough to make an impact on the game. Yeah.
How has your game evolved? Like, how have you changed as a player that makes you feel like, yeah, I'm legit, I'm back, I'm better?
I think, you know, just a little bit of I think my skills have definitely improved, especially passing and shooting. I'm not, you know, consistently shooting 3-pointers, and I don't feel I need to if I'm going to, you know, play minutes in the NBA, for example. You know, not everybody needs to be able to shoot, you know, as well as Steph Curry, for example, to get, you know, because you have Steph Curry, you know, so you don't need 5 of them on the same team. But I definitely feel my passing, my shooting, and, you know, one of my favorite things to do now is, because everybody in Europe, they play the short roll, you know, there's a lot of hedging and big guys jumping out. So you just slip out of that, and then you're almost like a point forward when you catch it at the top of the key and being able to do that. And that's something I never did at BYU. BYU, I was more just catching it on the post and running in transition. So now I feel like my game has slowed down a little bit and is more, you know, adapted for pros.
Let's talk about the Team USA experience, and I want to start here. It's kind of funny how it all comes back to BYU versus Utah.
Yeah, right.
Jim Boylan, former Ute head coach, is the head coach of this team. Now, obviously, he was no longer the coach when you played at BYU. That was Kraskowiak by then. But any BYU-Utah smack talk back and forth there?
There was, and it was all from him. and he won't deny it either. It was funny because, you know, growing up, the first high school I went to was Waterford up in Sandy. Our starting center, who was a senior when I was a freshman, Neil Monson, was committed to the U. And so Jim would come to our practices every once in a while. I mean, maybe 2 or 3 times he came, and I was a freshman. I was horrible at basketball. I could barely walk and chew gum. but he talked to me. You know, he recognized that maybe I was a little bit athletic and I could eventually do some things. And so I met him all the way, you know, back then when I was 15 years old, even 14, you know, leading up to my freshman year. And yeah, it was really funny talking about that. He remembered all those times he was in our dinky little gym. And then, yeah, every once in a while, you know, when we'd break the huddle, he'd mention how I didn't want to get too close to him because of the BYU-Utah thing, or even despite the BYU history that I have, he would let me, you know, ask a question here or there. So he was really great. I'd never been coached by him. Obviously, I hadn't heard a ton, you know, professionally how he was. I had heard from Neil in college how he was, which, you know, he was great. He had a lot of success at the U. But he was fantastic. I had really an awesome experience with them.
BYU basketball is headed to the Big 12 conference.
Yeah, crazy.
It's wild, right?
No, it's really nuts. I mean,
we're like looking at this conference going, whoa.
Yeah.
Every night is going to be just an absolute battle. What do you think of the Big 12? And does part of you think man, I wish I could have played in the Big 12.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think any player that was here before with the Mountain West, West Coast Conference, or even farther back, I don't know what they were playing.
The WAC.
The WAC, there you go. Would be lying if they say that they didn't want to, have a piece of that. Because every night, I felt like when I was here, we'd sell out a lot of games. And, No Brainer, Gonzaga, St. Mary's, they were always full. That's going to be every game. That's how high level these teams are. Even the bottom, the bottom feeders of the league are good. They're really, really good teams.
The perceived bottom feeder of the league was still number 75 in RPI last year.
Yeah, exactly.
The worst team.
Would win a lot of conferences. Like if they were put somewhere else, they would win that conference. So, just having the Marriott, not only the Marriott will be full every home game, but then you go on the road to some of these historic, gyms, and they'll be full as well. And I've heard Kansas, for example, is rated every single year as the best college basketball environment in the country, and that's just one of them, and you have national champion winners, recent national champion winners. So there's a lot of talent in that league, and it's going to be really fun to see BYU, have some growing pains, but I'm sure they're gonna catch up and find their niche right away.
How close of attention do you pay to BYU basketball right now? With obviously playing your own basketball in your own career, but how much do you pay attention to what's going on?
I pay attention a fair amount. I keep in touch with Pope. I'll get a random FaceTime from him here and there.
Hey, Eric!
Yeah, exactly. What's up, man? It'll be at 3 in the morning my time. It doesn't matter. I have to pick up or he'll keep calling. But yeah, I haven't sat down and talked with Coach Pope since I've been back. I've seen him at the camp and playing pickup and in the annex and things like that. But just being back and working out with the guys, I feel like I'm in the loop of what's going on, how they're feeling, who's going to be playing next year, and things like that. And the team has a lot of really good guys, a lot of really hard workers. So it'll be fun to watch them again this year. I love, still being connected enough. Like, it'd be hard for me to watch and follow if I didn't know them, but I know them from summer workouts and things like that, and so it's fun for me.
I like the idea of Eric Mika teaching Foose and Atiki a few things.
I don't think I need to teach Foose anything. He is an absolute animal.
He's a beast.
I mean, he's like got my weight, but my wife's height, but can jump higher than any human I've ever seen. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Like, he literally doesn't make any sense as a human being, but he's a lot of fun to watch, and I've played against him just a couple times this summer, and Atiki as well. He's so big and so raw, but already just watching videos of him last summer and last year, and then playing him this summer, I've seen that he's made some really big steps, which is awesome.
BYU basketball analyst Eric Mika.
There you go.
Do we need to give him his gift?
We
before?
do. Okay, so we're going to go to the Wayback Machine, because when you left for your mission, you joined us in studio and showed off some of your lacrosse skills.
Oh, gosh.
Okay? So, in fact, it was with this very stick here, which
was on the set.
This was part of the Studio B
I miss
lore,
all the
right?
The knickknacks.
So this is the lacrosse stick that you were showing us your skill set with. We would like to gift this to you.
This is really mine.
Yes,
this is amazing.
That is yours.
I feel like we're knighting him.
Wow. I know. I feel like I should go kneel, and we should go get Matt Schneck. And he can... Do I have to cover up the Reebok?
No. Look, it's all good.
This is great.
There you go. That is yours.
And this?
Yes.
And the squash ball?
And the squash ball.
That's amazing.
It's all you, bro.
Hey, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
My brother's going to be jealous.
Yeah, he's a great lacrosse player. Yeah.
I'm better.
But you're better.
That's why I'm getting this.
Display that with pride.
I will.
Yes,
I'm gonna hang this up in the man cave.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, why not?
Great stuff.
I appreciate it.
Eric,
Eric,
we'll be watching your career closely. Thanks, man.
Thank you. No, thanks for having me. It was great seeing you guys again.
Got it.
Absolutely. Coming up.